GKTV. After a stellar 2019, your #1 Black conscious media platform is getting ready to go into overdrive for 2020. As we promised, last year we launched The Inside. We premiered the pilot for the Black Economic Show. We dropped 2 new seasons of Wordsmith, the #1 platform for artists with a message in the music. We've seen you out on the road, the Black Carpet Awards, the Reparations March, the Legacy Center of Excellence, and more. We brought you Dr. Mumbi, the legendary Bob Andy, Queen Diambi, Kemi Seba, Esther Stanford Hossein, Leo Mohammed, Brother Leader Badaka, and more. And now, 2020 is set to see gotkushTV taking it to the next level. First up, look out for the official launch of the gotkushTV website, your official portal for all things GKTV, including new shows, news, views, and reviews, soon to be serving you with advertising opportunities and the launch of the GKTV African market. gotkushTV.com will also be a global hub for all things Black, conscious, and empowering from all over the Black world. Black achievements, Black excellence, education, health, positive Black imagery, entrepreneurs, Black brands and charity work. All this and more can be found here at gotkushTV.com. Then there's the new shows. Decipher, the dynamic discussion and debate show. Health is Wealth, practical tips for living in wellness. Kush University, home of Black Warrior Scholarship. And UK Fire Entertainment, bringing you a slew of music videos for your listening and viewing pleasure. Look out for more of The Insight, Wordsmith, and the full third season of the Black Economic Show, all coming your way soon. As always, the GKTV film team is available for hire to cover your events and all filming needs. Visit us at gotkushtv.com for hire inquiries and more information. Stand by all Black businesses through our website, social media, and show content. We have monumental advertising, sponsorship, and network opportunities catering especially for you. gotkushTV is about to take off. To join us for the ride, there's 4 things you can do. 1, subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell to make sure you don't miss a release. Join us on all social media and hit up gotkushtv.com to subscribe to our mailing list for exclusive opportunities in the near future. 2, like. Let us know your feeling on our content by hitting that ever so important button of approval. 3, comment. We want to hear your feedback on everything we're putting out. So make sure your presence is felt in the comment section. 4, share. Spread the word by hitting that share button and exposing your circle to the magnificence that is gotkushTV. We look forward to building with you throughout 2020 and servicing you with high quality Black media production. gotkushTV. Beyond discussion, beyond debate, we put the power in Black media.
The most common reaction to a birth arrangement is
Greetings, kings and queens. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to this edition, this very special edition of gotkushTV's Quarantine Convos. Welcome all those locked on via the YouTube, via the Facebook, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. Welcome to Quarantine Convos on gotkushTV, your #1 Black conscious media platform coming out of the UK. As you know, we have been running this series ever since the lockdown, bringing you beautiful Black people from around the Black world, kings and queens, letting you know wagwan here, there, and everywhere. And we are very, very blessed. We are very, very blessed this evening because we have one of the most dynamic, one of the most powerful, one of the most charismatic, and one of the most purposeful artists on the planet Earth right now. Yes, indeed, kings and queens. He goes by the name of MIKEL AMEEN, and he is with us right about now. Greetings, brother MIKEL.
Well, bro. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you good. I can hear you good. Family, let us know that you're in the building. Let us know if you can hear myself and brother MIKEL AMEEN loud and clear. Welcome, bro. And while you're coming through as well, family, make sure you hit the like button. If you are not subscribed to gotkushTV, subscribe to gotkushTV. And as always, check out gotkushtv.com, which is the website, and subscribe to our mailing list to stay in tune with all the happenings. Just true say it's lockdown, don't mean to be pop down. And gotkushTV is bringing it live and direct all the way to you, kings and queens. And it's MIKEL AMEEN in the building. So, MIKEL,
Well, go on.
how are you, bro?
I am peaceful.
Good,
I'm
good, good.
Irie as they-
Good, good.
Good, man.
Yeah, man. So, like, you know, you surprised me the other day, you know, family, because when we see MIKEL AMEEN nowadays, yeah, we're used to hearing from MIKEL AMEEN in the motherland, on the motherland. And MIKEL AMEEN
Yeah.
decided to take a trip back to Babylon right now. You know what I'm saying? So where's MIKEL AMEEN's not in Kenya right now?
Nah, I'm in London right now. I'm here. I'm in the belly of the beast.
So did you get stranded, or was that the part of the plan?
You know what's mad? It was a part of the divine plan.
Okay, okay.
And I don't mean that, and I really don't mean that in an accidental kind of way. You know, when you're trying to make light of a bad situation. I don't mean it. I mean that in a very purposeful way. I had finished the village link up, ended in December,
Right.
where we brought about 15 people to the motherland from the UK, US, and other parts of Africa.
Okay.
And then I had my family come over in the beginning of January. Brought my grandma from Jamaica.
Wow.
She got to see the motherland. She's 88 years old. Got to touch the motherland.
Wow.
Enjoy the villages. Enjoy the bush. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? The landscapes and everything.
Okay.
And then my family went away. And then it was because I hadn't been back to London for like nearly a year anyway. So I was like, let me go back to London because I got some things I need to sort out.
Yeah.
So, but this time, and this is when I knew, and this is why, you know, we could get into it more, but this is why you have to understand spirit. Not just as a spooky kind of faith-based interaction, but a real intelligence.
Yes, sir.
That we are connected to. So here's me now. I'm booking my ticket back to London. And in the last 3 years, my king, I have not booked a ticket longer than a month.
Okay.
In the last 3 years.
Okay.
And something said to me, MIKEL, no word of a lie. And this is where I start arguing with spirit. I'm like, MIKEL, book at least 3-4 months.
Okay.
I'm like, 3-4 months? Are you mad for what? You know what I'm saying? I've been there that long. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I literally had a real argument with higher self. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
And they said, you're going to need that time. You're going to need that time. You're going to need to stay there that long. So after debating, I took a deep breath and I just booked it. So I said, all right.
Right.
Boom. Made my way back to London now. And then almost a month in, this thing started going in. But as soon as I landed, maybe even the first week I landed, I started say, yeah, I'm seeing why I need to be here right now. Then when this lockdown thing happened, I was like, okay, I understand. I understand. I'm supposed to be here right now.
Okay.
With my people in this particular environment. It's very, very important, family. You know, because my work is not about me, excusing myself from London and stuff. You know, my work is about bringing the diaspora back home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In flesh and in spirit and in mind and in practice.
Yes, sir.
So not just about me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, give thanks. Can you let me start by just asking you then, what is your perspective? Yeah, what's your opinion on the whole COVID situation, lockdown, and all the things that have taken place within it? Just give us the MIKEL AMEEN world changer perspective.
Wow, that's a broad one, you know.
I know.
I look at it like this. Everything in life is based on yourself.
Okay.
There are events and things that happen in life that the only way to look at them is through your relationship with yourself and how you see life. So, for some people, this is the most dreaded experience that they've ever known in their millennial lifetime. For other people, like myself, and many others who are of the same spirit as me, this is the greatest blessing to have ever come down upon us in the history of our millennial lifetime.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And the only difference is the vessel in which we carry ourselves in. That's
Right.
it. That's the only fundamental difference. So, for example, you know, like the greatest light casts the biggest shadow. You see, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You see, so as bad as this thing is for some people, is as good as it is for others.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, of the worst case scenario that you see it on TV and and what's happening and all these kind of things, as bad as that is as good as it is for some people who understand the divine opportunity at play.
Okay.
You see? And so us being locked in our houses has given us, oh my God. Which way you want to go? We could talk about the fact that people had a chance for the first time to take their children out of Babylon school and realize that homeschooling is not the great myth that people make it out to be. That it is very practical and a lot more freeing than people expected. Are we talking about the fact that families have been forced into environments where they've had to heal certain things, that they use their work, their careers, their other jobs and stuff to get away from? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Missing the fact that now more than ever, people losing jobs, meaning they've had to spend more time at home thinking about what they do love. Now they're valuing rest, valuing family time, valuing their skill set, valuing the love and the actual real abundance they have around them in family, friends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So many things has been able to come, you know, and I'm echoing what other people have told me in my own experience as well. For me, what this experience has allowed me to do is triple down, quadruple down. It's not like I weren't doing it already, but you know, permission slips is what the universe grants us through events. This has been a permission slip to be no holds bar on what it is that I'm here for and what I am doing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, King. All right.
See?
Interesting perspective right there, kings and queens. We're going to give you an opportunity to come live with MIKEL AMEEN a little bit later on, so do stay tuned for that. But right now, we're just going to get into the energy himself and his mindset and his mentality and his spirit sense of what I'm going right now. So let me ask you then the personal question then, brother MIKEL, yeah? In terms of all of the things that you just said, yeah, how has MIKEL AMEEN been using this time to develop and personally grow?
Oh, man, bro. Oh, man. What I've been doing a lot more, and it's so funny, man. This year's been all about discipline for me, bro.
Okay.
Discipline. Growing and understanding the value of discipline. Something that's been big on my chest for the last year. You know, I have an oath, world changer oath. Heaven is my right and heaven is my responsibility. You understand? And so that word responsibility being the active word in that statement, it has helped me, has made me go on a pursuit of understanding how to always show up for responsibility, which has led me this year to, you know, I've always had a clear vision of what it is that I'm doing, and it's always revealed to me, and I'm sharpening myself. But that thing, discipline, creating a consistent workload for myself that irrespective of what's happening, I'm showing up like I'm getting fired. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know when you show up for your own work, like someone has employed you and you will be fired if you don't.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting no paycheck. That kind of way. That kind of discipline. So even when you're sick, even when you can't be bothered, even when your eye them hurting, even when someone's fussing you out, even when you're there. Me, I've been using this time to tighten up on my disciplines as a man.
Right.
All of them.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether we're talking about my work disciplines,
Mm-hmm.
food disciplines,
Mm-hmm.
sexual disciplines,
Mm-hmm.
mental disciplines, all of them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, King.
That's what I've been using this time for, quite practically. So
Right.
I've been very intentional
Right.
about my work balance. Very
Mm-hmm.
intentional about the use of my sexual energy. Very
Mm-hmm.
intentional about how much I eat and when I eat. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very intentional about what I allow my mind to participate in. Disciplines, King. Because now I know the goal. I know exactly the goal. So now all that's blocking me is the consistent disciplines that's going to help me shape myself into the being that can sit in the position that I want to.
Beautiful.
So that's what this lockdown has been for me.
Yes, King. Give thanks. Give thanks. Shout out to everybody in the chat right about now. Bigging up Planter Johnson. Bigging up Witness. C4 Blaster. Black Estate. Content over everything. They're about the place. The Queen Sankofa Rising is in the building. And the Western Goddess and Miss Amelia, Nature and Means are all up in the place, kings and queens. We encourage you to share the link far and wide. Make them know, say, MIKEL AMEEN there on gotkushTV right about now. And very rarely for the last few years, he's in the UK, kings and queens. So make the most of this opportunity right about now to get in tune with the world changer. So let's explore this now, MIKEL AMEEN. Like, because are you familiar or are you in touch with what's happening in Kenya right now with regards to, you know, anything lockdown or otherwise?
Yeah.
So what's it like on the ground in Kenya at the moment? And we're going to come back to how you got to Kenya and the move out there and what's happening out there and the motherland. We're going to get to that in a sec. But right, let's dealing with the present moment. What's happening on the ground in Kenya with regards to COVID and lockdown? And that?
Yeah, well, you know what happens, bro. It's like this. When the colonial powers make commands, it's usually the minions that enforce those commands even harder than the colonial powers themselves. And what we're seeing currently in Kenya is, you know, there was been a total lockdown in certain areas where you can't even get out of certain areas.
Right.
Like if you're part of certain communities, that is. Yeah.
Right.
You can't leave your house unless you're wearing a mask. That's an arrestable offense currently. Or should I say, in fact, going to the mall specifically or into any institution, you have to be wearing a mask. Not just on road, but specifically into the mall spaces, like shopping centers or things like that. And yeah, so and people have been like, in terms of people being affected like by a real pandemic, nothing are dead. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Going like that. You get what I'm saying? But in terms of how the powers that be are taking advantage of it.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
To extort people or exploit people, that is happening. You see? And whilst a lot of people, specifically in, you know, the poorer communities, they live hand to mouth. So if they can't get out there and work, they can't make no money.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? And so, as far as I know, things have eased up, but in the last couple months, that's exactly how it was. You know, and people were blocked from traveling because a lot of Kenyans, you see, like, for example, how we live in London per se. A lot of them are not from London; they live in London. So in a time like this, they would go back up to their what they call shags, which is countryside, where all their family is, and they'll be sitting on their acres of land, and they'll be chilling with the farms with their elders. A lot of people didn't get to do that because of the lockdown, blocked people from traveling anywhere else around the country. I believe that is relaxing, but it's funny. Today is Madaraka Day,
right?
In Kenya, which celebrates the independence that they acquired some years ago, and a lot of young Kenyans are pushing the hashtag Murder Haraka Day, which is a play on words. Murder Haraka means quick. So a lot of Kenyans are pushing the hashtag Murder Haraka Day and calling out the police brutality that has been happening, the murder of innocent people who talk against political powers, things like that. Right. They have been calling it out. So I think it's I don't think it's ironic. And, you know, we have to start understanding these things from a spiritual rhythm rather than looking at them from, I guess, their separate entity, right? And start understanding where they connect spiritually. You know, these things happening in America right now, and these things happening in Kenya, which have nothing to do with each other on the surface level. But here we are, Kenyans rising up, calling out the powers that be, just like the young Black Americans, the young Black British right now. You see, for me, I see this as a wonderful opportunity, family, especially my spiritual family, who understand that this life is cycles. It's not linear. It's cycles, rhythms, it's patterns. It's important that us as a spiritual family go to war inserting our spiritual programs. Yes, our love programs. And, you know, just like what you're doing right now, King, you know, just what GKTV is dedicated to doing. You see, these platforms and what we are doing is so important that we become, again, like this time right now is just going to incite the rage and the passion within us.
Yes, sir.
All of us, naturally. So we have to make sure that we are directing it in investing in our platforms like this, investing more energy, you know, in making more noise, getting more awareness, bringing more awareness to our platforms, putting more money into, you know, making our platforms and our love services more appealing for people, taking on more responsibilities, becoming more disciplined. This is where that energy needs to go. You see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That is a powerful point and very good information. Give thanks for shedding some light on Wagwan in relation to our people in Kenya. And it's an important question, bro, because obviously we know what's happened in terms of the United States with our brother Ahmad and George Floyd, in relation to those incidents. But I watched the and I may play this later on, you know, but there's a brother in the UK, he's a member of the All African People's Revolutionary Party, and he put out a video about a young brother in Brazil, that was gunned down by the police in Brazil, and he's making the point that obviously, you know, when things happen in America, they get a mass kind of audience, but there are so many things happening around the world at the same time that you know, they also, our people in Brazil also deserve our energy. Our people in Kenya also deserve our energy. Our people in Congo, our people in Jamaica, lockdown lick St. Catherine, you know, very, very hard, you know what I'm saying, since a couple months ago, you know what I'm saying, and there's nothing's going on. So we appreciate the fact that we have brothers and sisters who are able to give us perspectives on our people around the world. So give thanks for that, my brother, for providing that perspective, and no doubt we'll do more to keep in touch, in terms of what's going on the ground in Kenya, where that is concerned. But you decided to basically relocate, to Kenya. And everybody knows MIKEL AMEEN for being the artist, the MC, you know what I'm saying, the battle rapper, take off a boy head, you know what I'm saying, and all these things, But we're seeing a lot of a different side of MIKEL AMEEN, like over the last year, because it's like MIKEL AMEEN is devoting more time to sharing just thoughts, you know, and perspectives, in all kinds of different forms. Yeah. So I want to get into that. But first of all, let me just ask you, what went into making the decision to basically set up a base for yourself in Kenya?
You know what, bro? It was a series of things that were going on.
Right.
And it's funny, because this decision came at a time, the last time we was protesting.
Right.
The last time we was out here on these streets doing the same mad thing, traipsing up and down road, hands up, don't shoot, hands up, don't shoot, and all this nonsense business, yeah?
Yeah.
Last time we was doing that, I remember 2016, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Am I wrong or am I right?
Yeah, no, you're correct. Yeah.
You remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, and this is what I'm saying, I can't fully give myself credit for it because it's divine alignment.
Right.
If you're allowing yourself to read the pattern you're put on, you will see what you're being called to do. So let me set the stage.
Yes, sir.
2016, 2015, I went through the biggest depression I ever personally went through. In 2015. And in 2015, I had lost all my energy.
Right.
After 5 years, I went back to my mum's house and slept on her floor for like weeks. Just weeks. Because I had no energy for this life. Yeah? I had no more energy. Because the thing, like you said, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, I'm a this. What I'm doing as an artist or what I feel like I should be doing is not hitting, or I'm not getting what I deserve out of life and what I'm putting in. And in 2016, fam, 2016, I made, after going through that depressive stage, I vowed to myself, I said to myself in 2016, I'm going to give myself 1 year to make it in music. And if I don't make it, I'm not doing it anymore.
Let me pause you, bro.
This is what I said to myself.
Let me pause you quickly, yeah.
Right?
Don't lose your train of thought. Yeah, don't lose your train of thought. But I need you now to define "make it." Yeah, what was "make it" in MIKEL AMEEN's head at that time?
All right. Good question. You got to make it means make. It's a beautiful question.
Yeah,
because it's a part of the story. So
right.
Good one. So making it about being signed or my songs blown up around the world, and I'm now doing deals and partnerships, because you got to understand, even up until that point, I was sitting in record labels. They were calling me in and talking to man.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't a far-fetched idea.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was just certain things that, I'm too much for certain people in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? So people like one part of me, but can't take the other part. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. Yeah.
You know, so they like it when I drop bars, but then when I drop truth, it's a next feeling. You get what I'm saying? So this was the frustration. This was the battle. But me, it was like making it. It was like, I need to be this sensation that is celebrated and propped up by the world. Yeah? As an artist. So I said that to myself in 2016. And I said to myself, I am signing myself. Yeah? I said, I'm signing myself. I said, I am moving, because I had just come off, going to, in 2015 and early 2016, I was talking to labels and stuff, and there was even a deal that Adidas was trying to do with me. Do you get what I'm saying? Adidas was trying to do a deal with me and World Change Your Life.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So,
sorry to cut you, bro. If I'm right, if I'm right. So the quick point. If I'm right, they signed a deal with Chronics around the same time. Yeah, around that, if I think I'm correct in saying that around the same time they signed a deal with Chronix, Adidas did. But I was noting that. But yeah, go ahead.
And Stormzy.
Okay,
So,
right.
So, so I was having all of these different conversations, but I decided this year I'm taking it all on myself. So World Changer Life was to be the entity that represented the artist MIKEL AMEEN. So I said to myself, cool. That's when I started putting out all those music videos from Humans to Boss Girl, yeah. Foundation Love, my album, my BBC came out that year. That's when I decided to do Afro Punk competition. Took people to Paris, yeah. Me and my business partner at the time, we booked a coach, took 50 people to Paris for the competition, won the competition, took another 50 people the next month to Paris again for the Afro Punk Festival, right? For a whole weekend, right? And so I was just going at it like I just got signed myself. You see what I'm saying? I started doing my own tours, started doing my own this, that, and the third. I went to LA. Yeah. Was doing shows in LA. Took myself. Then I done a partnership with Dr. Martens, where I was doing pop-ups in all their stores in Paris, in London, in LA, and stuff like that. So this was my year that I said I'm going all in. Then somewhere in 2016, this protest happened, right? And I am behaving like most people are behaving now. I'm angry. I'm enthralled. I'm hopping on the bus. You know, I'm leading the marches down Oxford Street. Me, Kieran, Nah, you know about Nah. You know what I'm saying? Them man there, walking down the street, boom, 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 boom. And then I'm saying to myself, but there's a few things that the last straw for me. I'm going to give you the 3 things that were the last. Well, the first draw was me saying I'm taking full responsibility for the movement of my artistry. I'm bringing myself on tour. I'm brokering my own deals. I'm, dealing with my own audience. I'm taking people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing it all. That was the first part. The second part was this March. We marched. We marched. Then I arrived. We arrived at BBC, and it was like a movie. This is a movie moment. We arrived outside the BBC. I looked up at the tall building, the BBC. Then I looked at the sea of black people get on their knees, screaming, "Hands up, don't shoot," to a steel void. Do you get?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
There was a void. No one to see a sea of black people get on their knees saying, "Hands up, don't shoot." I was like, what the Ross are we doing right now? And I said to myself, man, I had a headache. I went home and I said, never again in my life of time. And that's when I coined my mantra: make your protest your lifestyle.
Right.
You understand? If you care that much, make your protest your lifestyle.
Okay.
Turn that protest into your lifestyle. Cool. So I'm going along with that thought in mind, knowing I've already taken responsibility for my career as an artist. I've taken myself to LA in 2017. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, so after 2 trips to Paris, yeah, we took people to Paris. And after this whole with that phrase in our minds, your protest, your lifestyle, we said to experience MIKEL AMEEN in concert in Paris. But we want to be in Africa. What if we could take people to Africa and experience MIKEL AMEEN in concert in the motherland?
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a dare. Me and my business partner, we looked at each other, we just dared each other. The same way we dared each other to hire a coach and load it up in 10 days. The same way we dared each other to do a weekend trip to Paris. We dared each other to say, yo, what about if we could take people to the motherland?
Mm.
All right. Because that's where we want to live.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're dreaming about being and flourishing and building. So when, if not now, when? When is the step going to get made? When is the connection going to get made? You see? So I said to myself, all right, let's do that. And so I started. I didn't know, at the time, I didn't know no one in Kenya. Yeah, maybe literally one person, but everyone else, I'm like linking up on social media, you know, and talking to different people about different things. There was a girl I heard who made a grime, who did a grime rave in Kenya, like the first one. I hooked up with her. She came to London. She came to London. Me and her was talking. I was talking to her about my Idea Village link up, and she was like, "All right, cool. Let's partner up and do it." You see. And so the idea was to come on for the trip to be at the end of 2017. Right? So we had already planned the end of 2017, we're going on this trip. But I already had some tours planned at the beginning of 2017. So I went to LA for 4 months. Right? I went to LA for 4 months, was doing a few music circuit around there, putting on my own shows, taking parts in others. And that trip to LA was what let me know once and for all that I do not in any way, shape, or form want to be a part of the American system of music or entertainment.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I said to myself, that trip, because I met some powerful people there, some beautiful people there, people who I consider my family. You know what I'm saying? On a my art level. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
People I consider my family.
Yes, sir.
And that was that aspect. But on the aspect of what I went there for, which is the music and the possibility of being discovered or brokering a deal that can help me with my music. Yeah? So that I can, you know, empower Africa, because this is how we have it in our heads. I need to blow up in England or America, get all our money in England and America, become rich in England and America, and then I go to the motherland and do something significant.
Yeah.
When my hair is grey and my hair is dropping out, can't use my good no more. You get what I'm saying? You understand? So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's what we have this pipe dream. We have this pipe dream. And that last trip to America, where I was sitting in Disney's office, when I was sitting in flipping, you know, AMG and Sony and, you know, going, you know, it's Hollywood, isn't it? So everything's just there, you know? And I'm having these real conversations and I'm looking at it and I'm like, and you can imagine almost like if this was MIKEL's movie, it would play like this. Imagine sitting across the room to like a white executive with his hair all falling out and he's in a suit and he's trying to school me on Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, oh, well, he means well, cool. Yeah. He means well, right? But you got to understand, I've got in my head the protest, Black Lives. I've got in my head the years and years of struggling.
Right.
I've got in my head how many other executives' rooms I've sat in for all the deals to just, you know, fall by the wayside because of one thing or another.
Right.
You understand?
Yes,
And
sir.
so I'm experiencing this. And then I'm looking at people who I know who are in that they're going through. And I'm saying, me no want that stress. That's not why I make music. That's not why I talk to my people. Me no want them kind of thoughts in my head. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't
Yes,
want no
sir.
one coming to me talking about a lyric that I put in one of my songs. Nice. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So all of that was like I said to myself, and I remember it, after being 4 months in LA and being on that scene. Yeah. I got on the plane to Kenya in September when we was doing our first village link up, and I said to myself 2 things. Mikel, 10 years. 10 years, Mikel. Can you go the distance for 10 years? Can you do it? 10 years. And I said to myself, if Africa can't tell the world about me, then I'm okay not being known by the world. If it ain't Africa talking about me to the world, I don't want it. Because anything that's made of America belongs to America. Anything that's made of England belongs to England. I am made of the motherland. So if I am of any significance, if anyone in this planet needs to know me, it must be from the voice of the motherland, less I don't want it. You understand? And
yes,
so,
sir.
yes, I know I'm a bad boy lyricist, dope musician, artist. You understand? I can act, I can do all of these things, but I said to myself, if the motherland ain't the one telling people about me, then I don't want the world to know.
Okay.
Because
All
when
right.
things, when the stuff hits the fan, yes, it's my people that are gonna be there for me. So I'm not trying to be made of anything, but if I'm gonna be rich, if I'm gonna be wealthy, if I'm gonna have money and abundance and live in luxury, be from the motherland, or it don't make sense. What does my story sound like? Saying, oh yes, Mikel, billionaire, entrepreneur, world changer, done this for the world and da-da-da-da. Oh, but where did he? Oh yeah, he bust in America and this record label signed him and they gave him all these things and he used that to the. So I'm telling the kids, you can't do it in the motherland.
I hear you, bro.
Because
I
one
hear
thing
you.
I noticed, everyone's complaint about Africa is I want to go, but I need money.
Yeah,
I'll be there with no money. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And so me going there was to prove to people. And I'm going to tell you, from 2016 till last year, I never saw more than £1,000 in my account at one time. How about that? Yeah? And so that's the proof. That's the proof, family. Yes? That those blocks that we put in our minds are fake. Because I've traipsed, in the last 3-4 years, I've traipsed all up and down this motherland. on spaces that people read about in books, experience things that are considered myths. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's not money, it's currency.
That's a powerful point right there. That it's not. I'm gonna have to use that one. It's not money, it's currency. Yeah, that's a powerful statement right there, bro. I'm gonna.
And so once I stepped in Kenya and we did the first village link up, and I realized that's the power that I have. I said, "Me not leave you, sir."
I hear you. I hear you.
Go.
Yeah, King. Yeah, King.
What happens?
I think
happens, King. We go somewhere, we enjoy it. As we step back in London, what happens?
I hear you, King.
The mirage kicks in, the London blues sets in, and we lose sight. So the first thing I did when I left Kenya, the first thing I did was give myself a responsibility that meant I can never forget about that place.
Yeah. So, King, I think there's a bit of a delay going on, yeah. So we're gonna have to bear with it, but I'm just letting you know. I think I'm hearing you like way after you said what you said, yeah. So we give thanks.
We're kind of delayed.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So we give thanks here, but we'll make it work anyway. Family, MIKEL AMEEN is live. Yeah, MIKEL AMEEN is live with us. Quarantine Convos World Changer Edition. And we are going to invite you on right now to come and join us online and speak to MIKEL AMEEN. If you want to ask a question, make a comment, say go on MIKEL AMEEN, show some love, or even challenge him in some way, shape, or form, as long as it's respectful, feel free to come through. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat right about now. Big up to Titans TV. It's an honor to have you locked on, my brother Kalam from Titans TV. Check out Titans TV. If you don't know, get to know. Ainsley Anderson is in the building. Big up yourself. Queen Sankofa Rising is in the building. Okay. So yeah, I've seen MIKEL AMEEN realize that we're delayed. Yeah. So yeah, don't worry about that, bro. We'll in fact, the only way I can figure to resolve that is you might need to drop out and jump back in, bro. That might put us on the same frequency, yeah. So if you can do that, yeah, then do that, yeah. All right, yes, indeed, kings and queens. The link is in the chat, yeah. The link is in the chat. So feel free to come through, yeah. And you know, we got some regulars up in here. I've never heard your voices, you know what I'm saying? I'd love to, yeah. Well, if you got a word for MIKEL AMEEN, a question, you know, a word of encouragement, a challenge even, feel free to, you know, to exchange that energy with gotkushTV and the world changer right about now, kings and queens. While you're here, like up the video, make sure that we increase the presence of this video in the world of YouTube, and also subscribe to our mailing list on gotkushTV.com. MIKEL, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. It's still Saturday, but it can work. Still, it can work. So let the people them know as they're figuring out what they want to say to MIKEL AMEEN. Let the people know what you have actually been doing in Kenya. Yeah, what moves have you been making, career wise, family wise, just life, spirituality wise? What has the works that you've been engaged in on the ground in Kenya? And I know at some point you're going to get to Cheza Rojo within the answer to that question. So go on, True.
Man, so first and foremost, family, it's about renaturing myself. You know, everything that you do, you know, has to come from a genuine space in yourself. So me in Kenya, I've been renaturing myself. It's been a time of self-study. It's been a time of learning through practical living experience, the essence of the motherland, who we are as a people, how we function, and you know, and my place in that as well. Yeah, man. So I have been really a student, and I'm still a student. I've been a student in the motherland, just allowing myself into all manner of spaces to learn, and observe myself, observe people, observe just the way we interact, listen to the needs of our brothers and sisters in the motherland, listen to, you know, what I am being called to do, to practice, to live by the motherland, and how we can synergize, because that's really important. You know, I can't go there for the first time and act like I know how to, you know, connect us all, you know. So it's just been a learning period for me, and I've used my love service, Village Link Up, which is about connecting the diaspora to Africa. I've used that as a way to be an educational tool for me, you know. Yeah, so practically, what does that look like? You know, I mean, I've been, since I was in Kenya. Kenya is where I started coaching, actually. When I started doing my spiritual health from Kenya, that journey began again when I started living in Kenya in 2017. Village Link Up, bringing people to the motherland, and the research and the development that goes into that, you know, because for me, everything in Village Link Up experience is about the people themselves giving you the experience. And so in order to do that, in order to create an environment that is safe, secure, authentic, and trustworthy, I've had to take myself into, you know, different environments myself and kind of test the waters and experience certain things and places and people, to make sure that when I bring people from London, or I mean the UK or America, that I can ensure their safety, you know, and their spiritual development at the same time, because I myself have walked that path. And so again, it's just been a huge learning experience, because I've now even been able to discover, you know, what makes someone disciplined, you know, what makes us show up. You know, I've learned so much from just absorbing nature in the motherland. But one of those through that experience, one of my revelations has been Rojo, which you mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. Rojo has been one of my revelations from being in the motherland, and being a student. Again, I call myself a student. It sounds sexy, but really and truly, it's like when you're being dragged on a spiritual journey, right? And you're being faced with a series of spiritual battles that's causing you, right? You're going to feel two on the way if you don't kill yourself. You see? And since I didn't die, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? So Rojo was a revelation that came to me during my time in Kenya, when because I would say the last 3 years I've been breaking the shackles of the Eurocentric box. You see what I'm saying? The Eurocentric box that we don't even realize we're in, even as quote unquote woke people. We don't even realize in how much we place ourselves in a box. And one of the deepest boxes that I had to climb was understanding what my artistic gifts are for. You see? Yes, and sir. The format that since I can remember, since I was maybe 15 years old, 14 years old when I recorded my first song, 19 when I dropped my first mixtape, that box I have submitted myself to consistently for the last, 15 years. So what's been very transformative is addressing and coming to an understanding of what my creative and artistic gifts are to be used for, therefore to be related with the world. Rojo has been the portal to understanding that. What does Rojo mean? Rojo means play with spirit. Yes? Cheza is to play, and Roho is the spirit. Yes? The energy of your heart. So, through that has been my gateway to understanding what it is that Black people do when they engage in the artistic realms. It's not talent as one would put it, but rather spiritual gifts that are to be used for divine purpose.
Yes, sir.
Someone who cannot participate in our gifts, someone who is not intuited with the same gifts as us in the artistic realms, has come and created a box that they can benefit from that which they do not possess. And because of our oppressive condition, because of the fact that we do not fully control the circumstances surrounding our life, as Dr. Francis Cress-Welsing calls it, our people activity, because we don't control it, that book becomes our gateway to heaven, where they say, if you submit your gifts here, we can make you rich, we can make you wealthy, we can give you status just like us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so, in the context of the one who is not free, it makes sense why we run after those industries. It makes sense. But when you understand heaven is your right and heaven is your responsibility, you are to be free, yes, in all manner of practice and participation of life, you will understand what they teeth in your energy and giving you some dog biscuits. You get what I'm saying?
Bro. Definitely.
So,
oh no, I thought he was going to continue. Continue if I finish.
So, I'm going to continue. Sorry, I'll just, because it's delayed, I'll just making sure that we're still on the same page.
Yes, sir.
But so the Cheza Rojo allowed me to understand what it is that we do as a people, irrespective of where we're placed on the planet Earth. If you're talking about the Americas, if you're talking about the Caribbean, if you're talking about Northwest, South, East Africa, anywhere we are, we use this gift of sound, vibration, and movement to connect with realms higher than ourselves, right? And so Cheza Rojo has been a revelation that I felt the need to be responsible for, calling it back to the memory of Black people across the planet. Our spiritual gifts, our spiritual powers. Yes. So that's specifically what I have now gone into the discipline of, so that I can encourage people down that path, including myself, and keep myself disciplined to it.
There's so much that you're saying that as a like it harmonizes with my spirit in terms of okay. So funnily enough, the last time I saw you physically was actually around this time last year, when I brought Dr. Mumbi to see you at Alchemy, yeah. In where was it that time? Around Brick Lane sides, yeah. And that's the first time I heard you mention this Cheza Rojo. Yeah. Say that again.
Shoreditch, sorry.
Yeah. Shoreditch sides, yeah. So yeah, that's the first time I heard about this Cheza Rojo thing, yeah. And I feel like there are a few things in life here that I enjoy doing more than just dance, yeah. Just free up and let rhythm take, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I think that's something that we share still, right? What's it called in that kind of way? You know what I mean? But the spirit of what you just said, and the meaning and the vibration in it, that man harmonizes with very, very well. Yeah. So I want to know how Cesar Rojo has been received. Yeah. Well, give us an idea of the formation of Cesar Rojo. Like, what is the format in which all the different expressions that are manifested through it, and how is it being received by the community in Kenya and the community that you're bringing to Kenya from around the African diaspora?
What was the first part you said?
So I said, what did I just say now? Sorry, first of all, yeah, what forms, yeah, what expressions has Cesar Rojo manifested in as it stands now? Yeah. And then the second part is, how is that being received by Africans on the ground in Kenya and those Africans who you're bringing from the diaspora?
Yeah, I'm still trying to understand what you mean.
So is it just a party, or is it? When I say that,
sure I get what you're.
Let me clarify. Is it just a party? Yeah. Is it just a dance, or are there other elements within it in terms of forms? Yeah, in terms of artistic expressions. Yeah, and whatever expressions it are manifesting, how is that being received?
Okay, awesome. So, you look at it like this. It's the term Cesar Rojo is both a practice and a mantra for how life works. Okay. So if you look at it outside of, again, you're asking me to define it in linear terms, right?
Yeah.
But it's a principle.
Right.
It's a principle of the way we engage with life.
Right.
You see, and the way we engage with rhythm. How, for example, the way Black people across the world connect with sound vibration doesn't just stop when the drum's not playing. We do that with life. You see.
Yes, sir.
What other people render superstition or render, whatever. That is how we relate with that. We read signs and move, yes, with spirit. That's what we do.
Yes, sir.
That's why a man will draw in the sand. He'll draw in the sand. If he wants to give you directions, he'll draw it in the sand.
Yeah,
Give your mind a bird's eye view of the entire landscape. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. So Cesar Rojo takes place in so many different forms, and I'll give you maybe the three main ones that you and I and other people of our nature will interact with every day. Okay, so the first main one, which is how people are relating with it currently, as I'm showing it, is when you put on a rhythm and hold a vibes. Yes, when you blaze a rhythm and hold a vibes, and you just loosen up yourself and free yourself to the vibes. We all know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all know that. That one there, that's what we do naturally. You know what I'm saying? When we go to our playlist or when your uncle with your sound system just sits on with his records and just goes in to a meditation. Yes.
Yes,
what
sir.
I'm saying is that what I'm helping people remember is that is not just, oh, he's really into his music. No, that is his soul practice. You understand?
It's a ritual.
It's his ritual. Thank you. That is his spiritual ritual. Yes, that actually empowers his ability with life. We have forgotten it, thus we get manipulated from that space. You see? So Cesar Rojo, as a principle, is helping people remember that that's what it's there for. Yeah? Another aspect that we might do this, right, is, like I said, like I spoke to you earlier about something's coming to you and you know why it's to you, but you know that you must follow it. That's Tezarojo, where you're allowing yourself to be commanded by the Spirit. That makes sense. You're allowing yourself to be commanded. It's the same thing you do. That obedience you have is what you do when you're listening to music. You have an ability to be commanded by sound vibration. Does that make sense?
Yes, King.
To resonate.
Yes, King.
With those vibrations, family. That is what you're doing in practice when you're holding our meds and our vibes. That's you exercising the muscle to listen beyond your own realms of understanding. That's you exercising that muscle. You understand? Where you can read the signs of life. Because vibration ain't from the speaker alone. It's from the plant, it's from the air, the animals, the people, the experiences, the events, the things, everything will call you into rhythm. And you understand?
Yes,
and
sir.
you get to decide how to play with it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
This is the principle of helping people understand. Remember, because it's already there in our bank, in our DNA. We just need to remember, and that's my responsibility. And so, in terms of how it's being received in Kenya, man, my family in Kenya, they have thanked me for doing that. Through the fact that everyone is caught up in the Eurocentric rat race, do you realize, and you probably know this as well, for the last century, Africa, since its colonization, since its enslavement, has always sought inspiration from the diaspora in its freedom pursuits. Yes, we are talking about Marcus Garvey. Yes, whether you're talking about Muhammad Ali, whether you're talking all the way up to Dr. B. Yes, our disposition of relating with Europe so much that we have become a version of them allows us to do one of two things: strengthen the chains on the people of the motherland, or break them once and for all. See? You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you have to understand the power of growing up in the diaspora, and particularly London. London is a special place on earth for Black people, because we interact with the whole African diaspora in a few mile radius on the M25 alone. The entire diaspora.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you, as a man of the Caribbean, are best friends with a Ugandan. You got a girlfriend who's from Kenya, a brethren who's Nigerian, a colleague who's Ghanaian. You understand the difference between someone from Trinidad and Barbados, someone from Burkina Faso and Guinea. You know what I'm saying? So that mainly happens here. There's nowhere else in the world, not even America, has that of intimacy with the diaspora. You see?
Yes, sir.
And so what that does to us is we become a very powerful voice in championing the freedom of the motherland and the people. And so what I've noticed from being in the motherland is that they are just coming to a space with, well, not the motherland. Let me talk about Kenya. You know, the young Kenyan community are just coming to a space where they are able to really speak on their identity. They, like us, are going through an identity crisis. Because unlike the other African nation, Kenya is not built on kingdoms. Ghana has a kingdom, Nigeria has kingdoms, Uganda has kingdom, Kenya does not have kingdoms. And because of it doesn't have kingdoms, it's more based on communities of generations, therefore making it easier to divide people culturally, or put them all under one kind of culture, which is Eurocentricity. You see?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
young Kenyans are now, demanding raising up their voice and championing who they are, And unlike any other place in Africa, white people have inserted themselves ever so nicely in that country, because it's literally the Garden of Eden where it is placed. Historically speaking, Kenya would have made up the ancient kingdom of Ethiopia as well. You see?
Yes, sir.
So that whole landscape is home to all of the different genetic types of Africans that you experience around the motherland. They have it right there. So, spiritually, it's a powerful place. But
Yes, sir.
They have really, really not only embraced it, but are championing this Cesarrojo revelation, because it's one that we all need across the diaspora.
Definitely. Give thanks for that, bro. Family, we're gonna wrap up this conversation, this beautiful conversation soon, So speak now or forever hold your peace. If you want to come through live, the link is in the chat. Kings and Queens, the link is in the chat. This has been a powerful conversation, and I know everybody is now waiting for lockdown to be over so you can book your flight to Kenya and go wherever MIKEL AMEEN is. And experience some of this Cesarrojo, among other things, Kings and Queens. Bro, you're one of them people, like from you did the first trip to Paris, I wanted to reach and I couldn't reach, and then you did the Kenya and I wanted to reach and I couldn't reach, and obviously I've had a son since then, so it's been on top, but I will get there, and we'll break some bread and engage in some Cesarrojo, in the same vicinity, physically speaking. What I mean? My brother M.A. Brown's in the chat, and he's saying, I feel this sounds very much like, sir, I feel this. It sounds very much like what pulls me. And I knew, when you were speaking, my brother M.A. Brown came to mind as well, because I know that he's operating on that frequency, My queen's got a question, and she says, I think the village link up is great. What is the future for this initiative?
Oh, amazing. Thank you. I mean, family, there's so much plans, but one thing that I'm really onto right now is interdependence. One of the most powerful, like I said, I had so many revelations being in the motherland, right? And one of the things that I was blessed to observe, like I live in, like where my house is like a cottage in the city, and I'm surrounded by nature, all kind of vegetation. And so I hold a meds in my yard all the time, and I sit and I get to watch nature, and I watch avocado trees growing and drop, guava trees growing and dropping, banana trees growing and dropping. And I see how each weather condition, rain, sun, is perfect for the relationship. I see how the bee interacts with the flower in order to bear the fruit. I see how on one tree, the monkey eats, the bird eats, the insects eat, and me eat, and the trees stay down done. Nature looks after its people. And so look at that. Interdependence is a fundamental part of nature. And since we black people are the people of nature, we must understand and study this law and go about into it and go about putting it in place in our own practices and participations. So interdependence. This last village link up, I instated a system of interdependence. I done village link up for 3 years, and the first 2 years was I put together a program. I used some third-party people in some instances to help put on the program, and it was like, yeah, you know, it was good, but it was very, in my own admission, it was very touristy. Last village link up after being in Kenya for years and understanding this principle was entirely led by the community in Kenya. Yeah? And because of that, every part of the experience was powered by different people, not people that were moving under my command, but people who in their own respective lives have made dedications to a particular practice and service that all we had to do was weave it together in some capacity so we can meet our individual collective objectives. You see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so my plans for Village Link Up is to go deeper into that science and to, you know, make this, you know, it's already an annual experience, but just go deeper into the interdependent functioning of Village Link Up so that it's not just an annual experience, it's a all year round experience that other people can see the objective and insert themselves into. For example, gotkushTV. You shouldn't be thinking about Shakara coming there. Shakara should be thinking gotkushTV's objective needs to be a part of Village Link Up.
Of course, of course.
That will get Shakara to Kenya quicker than him thinking about himself, but rather his objective that needs to be met.
Of course, of course.
Because one thing I've learned about men, we don't spend money unless it's absolutely necessary. Yeah? We ain't just flinging money on anything that's not in alignment with our purpose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Real talk. We don't do it.
Real talk.
As brothers, we have to trick ourselves. We have to trick ourselves to spend money that's in relation to our highest excitement and our highest intentions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see?
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
gotkushTV is a part that can match with its highest excitement to be a part of the experience.
Most
You see
deaf.
what I'm saying?
Most deaf. Most deaf. Trust me, bro.
I think we lost you. Yeah.
No, we're here. But just know that conversation has been had. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, the last time we saw you physically was with Dr. Mumbi and thing. And you know, like that invitation was put out then, and we said we have to get to Kenya, and we got to link up with Mikel when we get there, and a couple of other people that we know. So believe me, that gotkushTV is coming. And that mission will be fulfilled. We look forward to it because, like I said, the conversation has been had. Bro, we're gonna wrap up the conversation now. Yeah, I want to say to you, bro, I'm humbled by this quarantine convos. It's one of my favorite that we've had just because of the energy and the wisdom, yeah, that you've brought through the platform. And it's been a different one. It's been a unique quarantine convo. So I appreciate the humility with which, you know what I'm saying, you know, you have showered, you know, and the humility with which you have kind of got my mind working at the moment. I do appreciate that reflection that you presented. So we want to make sure people can stay in touch with you and your works and your development. So let the people them know how to stay in tune with the World Changer from here on out.
Yeah, so guys, first of all, you guys can holler at me. I do one-to-one spiritual health coaching. You know, I've dedicated the healing of the black man and woman and child. That's what I'm about right now. So I do one-on-one spiritual health coaching every morning. You can join me live on Instagram for Cesar Rojo, so you guys can experience it firsthand live, 10 a.m. every morning on my Instagram. My Instagram is Mikel the Energy. Yeah. You can experience that Cesar Rojo live, and come get your meditation on in the name of spiritual health. Also, we're going to be doing a 21-day Cesar Rojo challenge. If you remember, I spoke about the principles of Cesar Rojo and how that affects not only your practices, but your relationship with your life. Okay, we're going to be doing a 21-day Cesar Rojo challenge. Shakara, I invite you to participate. You know what I'm saying? Invite you to participate. It starts on the 14th of June, and it's going to be 21 days, family, and it's going to be a transformative 21-day experience. So I invite you lot, go to worldchangerlife.com. I'll even throw it in the comments for you lot. worldchangerlife.com, right? And you'll be able to sign up for that Cesar Rojo 21-day challenge, fam.
Beautiful, beautiful. Give thanks for that, Mikel. And I know somebody in the chat is asking where the new music there. Yeah, why go? You know, I dropped a new tune for it.
You see, hold on. So watch this now. Watch this now. You now pay attention. Because Shakara, you know it's mad, family.
Yeah.
You know it's mad, family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When my mind was in that box, King.
Yeah.
It became so difficult to release music.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this thing. Who's watching? Where's it gonna go?
Yeah.
How much money am I making back from it? Which radio's playing it? What playlist it get on? And it's just adding poison to my godly expressions.
Yes, sir.
Since the advent of Cesar Rojo.
Yes, sir.
Since the advent of Cesar Rojo, I've released more music in a year.
Yeah, we're staying tuned.
Ever released.
We're staying tuned.
I drop music every week.
Yeah.
Go to SoundCloud.
Yeah, we see it.
Playlist. I drop music every single week.
All right.
For them.
All right. Yes, King. So SoundCloud, Kings and Queens. MIKEL AMEEN SoundCloud. Check it out for all the new music. Then we are drop every week, Kings and Queens. Yeah, we are drop every week. You don't know. Mikel, like I said, it's been a beautiful conversation, bro. Just keep doing your thing, keep rising. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep on keeping on, bro. And you know, the thing will bear fruits. The thing is bearing fruits, and there's more fruits to bear. And as you say, your analogy with the tree, yeah, the fruits that we're all bearing, you know, will be there for our people to feast upon, you know, and the birds to feast upon, and the bees to feast upon, and our nature itself to feast upon, as we feast upon nature. So we give thanks for your energies, my brother. We give thanks, yeah.
Can I say something, fam?
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You know what licked me in my head?
Go on.
You like mango?
Yeah, of course. Who don't like mango?
You like avocado?
Of course.
10 years to grow an avocado tree.
Yeah.
10 years.
Okay.
To grow a mango tree.
Okay.
10 years before they start bearing fruit.
Yes, sir.
10 years.
Yes,
see,
sir.
family.
Man, I see.
In nature, you can't complain.
Yeah.
Nature is God's voice.
Yes, sir.
Showing you the codes to life.
Yes, sir.
The sweetest fruit.
Yes, sir.
The one that the best nutrients.
Yes, sir.
10 years before them see anything.
Yes, sir.
10 years.
Yes, sir.
Do we have the patience?
That is the question. Bro, I'm going to wrap up the show. I don't want to hold you hostage. So feel free, to let yourself go. I'm gonna wrap up the show. We've got to play some trailers and them kind of things there. But once again, bro, thank you very much. I'm gonna say this. I'm delivering a presentation tomorrow in a series that I'm doing called Kimoyo. Yeah. And it's all about explaining the philosophical foundations within African spirituality. And you've given me a lot of the right energy to present tomorrow. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, my brother. But yeah, we give thanks. So yeah,
Yes.
feel free to let yourself go, bro. Once again, give thanks. We'll be in touch. Kings and queens, that has been the brother MIKEL AMEEN, dropping the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the spiritual enlightenment for you all. Yeah, I hope one's got something from that. You know what I'm saying? I hope one's got something from that. I know that these times, are very, very, they can be very, very depressing, and people are wondering, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Who them I gonna see and when, and all them something there. Well, it's necessary for us to break shackles in our own mentality and our own consciousness in order to make all of those things happen. And so when we talk about positive mental attitude, these are not just words, they are productive if we are able to achieve that mentality and that mindset. And the beautiful thing is that within our culture, we have been given so many tools, with which to free the self and free the mind and liberate the spirit, if that makes sense, in order to make work happen, in order to bear fruits. And I believe that is what the brother MIKEL is dealing with. Stay tuned, kings and queens, to gotkushTV for more quarantine convos, and we have some events coming up for you, online events coming up for you in the next few months as well. So stay tuned for all of that. If you want to check out Shakara, I don't normally put out my own thing, but check out Shakara Speaks on all different social media. gotkushTV on all different social media. And as I said, I'm doing a presentation tomorrow on my own channel, Shakara Speaks, which is entitled Kimoyo, Why I Choose African Spirituality. This is part 2, which is addressing who or what is God. Who or what is God. And a lot of what MIKEL AMEEN has said today, you're going to find it harmonizes very well with the presentations that I'm going to be dropping for the next couple weeks. So do stay tuned for that. Sign up to our mailing list. Because like I said, we've got some online events coming. And in order to hear about them and take advantage of certain opportunity, you must sign up to the mailing list. gotkushtv.com. gotkushtv.com is where you need to go. Also, we have some additions coming to the website very, very soon. We've got some additions coming to the website very, very soon. So do stay tuned. And we look forward to sharing with you the fruits of our labor. Kings and queens, this has been Quarantine Convos on this, the second day of the month called June. You know what I'm saying? The year is going very, very quickly, and all kinds of things are going in this year, kings and queens. But we give thanks, as much as the hardship, as much as we've lost family members, as much as the system continues to oppress I and I. We must stay resolute. We must stay strong. We must know who we are. We must stay resilient. We must develop a liberated mental attitude, and we must free ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. Do stay tuned, and always remember, you ain't got nothing if you ain't got kush.
Greetings, welcome from Ghana, Accra. I am Stella B. I am hosting for gotkushTV's Voyage to Motherland.
This is Nat Nai, gotkushTV, Voyage to Motherland.
It's your boy Fuse ODG, and I want to say a big shout out to gotkushTV, getting you high on knowledge on how to move back home. And big shout out to Voyage to the Motherland, because you already know they have the blueprint for you to come back home.
I'm from Seattle, Washington, from the States. And for me, this is about really connecting with roots, meeting people from all over the world, from the African diaspora, and us understanding how we give back to Ghana, how we give back to Africa, how we unite and spread the word globally.
Hello, my name is MIKEL right here in Accra, Ghana, and I feel like it's all about building, using our energy to build so we can become kingmakers one day. You don't have to beg anyone to be in their space. You can just look to your left, look to your right, and know that you're empowered. I'm so honored to be speaking to gotkushTV, of course, and Voyager to the motherland. Man, you guys are amazing. Thank you for honoring me, and thank God for sure.
I am Stella B here at the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs in Sierra Leone, Freetown.
The other was Ethiopian who lives in Norway. There was a Jamaican, British Jamaican. There was a Ghanaian. There was an African American, and there was a Congolese. And I'm like, what else do we get together like this? This is what is supposed to happen. This is how we're going to progress in the future. So, Team New African Nation, it's happening.
gotkushTV, Voyage to Motherland. I am Stella B here at Afro Nation on Lamboma Beach. It is amazing. In the background, you can see the stage behind me, and look around at this amazing, awesome crowd, fully melanated. Oh, so beautiful.
Then you can get a blueprint on how to get your transition on into the motherland, because basically we live in the West.
So my name is Shaka. Big up gotkushTV and Voyage to Motherland. Respect.
Big up gotkushTV, Ayeko. Yeah.
We all depend on black gold, which is petroleum oil, forgetting that we have so many numerous resources we are blessed with. We have human capital, we have fruits, we have agriculture, we have different things. We have tourism and cultural things that are actually attractive.
There's so much more to Africa than what we think of it or what the media shows us. So I think it's so important that we come back, not only for the festival, but just to embrace the culture itself and everything else going on out here.
And my name is Christine and Tim, coming from you from gotkushTV. Excited to be here. Nom c'est Christine and Tim, so c'est Haïtien, c'est Haïtien. Bienvenue à l'Afrique. Nous l'an Ghana pour hier return. Bien content pour nous avec nous. C'est Haïtien moyen, but l'an Afrique, so c'est Africain. Bien content, bienvenue à encore gotkushTV.
Hi, and welcome to gotkushTV, Voyage to Motherland with your host, Stella B and
Nat Nai,